Hi, my name is Saxon Baum, and I'm a partner at Florida Funders, the most active venture capital firm in Florida and in the Southeast. Being the most active venture capital investor in the state of Florida, we have two major markets, Tampa and Miami, and that's really where we split our team as well. Miami has been nothing short of amazing over the last several years. And really, it didn't start in 2020, but it was accelerated in 2020. We saw some of the most famous and largest investors move down here from around the world, which then really cultivated some amazing talent coming down here. And so for us, not being in Miami would be the biggest miss from a business opportunity that we could possibly have. So us being in Miami, having a great presence here, working with amazing founders and other investors in Miami, it's really accelerated our business to take us from maybe a tier 2 venture fund to really what I believe is a tier 1 venture fund, working with amazing companies and working with the best investors possible. And really, Miami is the epicenter at this point for technology in the state of Florida and in the Southeast. And we believe it's only the tip of the iceberg. We believe the next 10 years will even be better than the last 10 years. So for us, in terms of diversity and inclusion, our goal is to invest and work with the best and brightest people possible. Typically, those people don't all look the same, feel the same, and act the same. So for us, it's not, hey, we're gonna go out and hire this type of person, or we wanna work with this type of person. Inherently, what happens, because we're looking for the highest quality people, we find all different walks of life when we're doing our work. Whether that's us hiring people for Florida Funders, whether that's us investing into businesses, we look at it as the best people are out there, we want to find them, and they're going to fall into those buckets. Being in Florida, I think, gives us a huge advantage because of how diverse the ecosystem is. If we were in another ecosystem, maybe in California or New York, I don't think you would have that same melting pot type feeling. And because we're in Florida and it's really a transplant ecosystem where people have come from all around the world and all around the country to be here, we're able to tap into that. And if you look across our portfolio, there's a reason why it looks the way that it is, because the majority of our investments are based in the state of Florida, and we have the opportunity to invest in all different types of individuals. Now, I think that Miami is well positioned for several things. I think Miami, first off, is well positioned to continue to be a financial hub and a connection point for Latin America. So when we look at fintech companies, we're seeing amazing fintech companies coming out of Miami. You also have an amazing healthcare system with the University of Miami and the incubation of great companies and ideas coming out of there. You have Web3 and cryptocurrencies, which was hot for a long time, cooled down, now it's back. So we're seeing sort of this third evolution of Web3 and crypto companies, and a lot of them are headquartered right here in Miami. The talent that we're seeing in Miami because of these industries is amazing. They're coming down here, people are coming down here, people are staying down here, and they're really putting the city in a position to be a leader of technology. I heard from Manny Medina last night, and he was talking about how he wants Miami to be the headquarters of quantum computing. And that to me is very exciting. He's lived through several technology cycles, and he's seen what happens if you can catch a cycle early. If you can bring the right talent and you can bring the right investors around the table, you can really accelerate that ecosystem around a specific vertical. And so I think with what he is thinking around quantum computing, I'm very excited about that. I want to talk to him about that and figure out how we can work on that together. And I think that that's really interesting because there hasn't really been this capital of quantum computing by any means at this point. It's really been held by the largest institutions and the largest companies in the world, all over the world. But if we can set up Miami as the quantum headquarters for that type of industry and vertical, I think that that becomes very interesting. I don't think the tech industry would be anywhere where it's at now in terms of Miami, where we're at now, without eMERGE. eMERGE plays such a pivotal point and has played such a pivotal piece in creating this ecosystem. It's not just the 1 day or 2 days per year where people come down for eMERGE Americas, but it's throughout the entire year and over the years of press and of stories and anecdotes of what happens at these events, what happens at these ecosystem building collision, as I like to say. And so I don't think we would be anywhere without eMERGE. Now it's easy to say, it's the next evolution of Miami technology. But we would not have been able to get to that next evolution if it wasn't for eMERGE. And I think Florida Funders has played a role in that. eMERGE's role has not been capital. It's been more innovation ecosystem building, connection points. We feel like we bring the capital. And an ecosystem is nothing without capital and without talent. And so collectively, our partnership with eMERGE, I really feel, has accelerated South Florida to the amazing ecosystem that we see today. But once again, it's only the tip of the iceberg. We have a lot of work to be done. We have a lot of people and a lot of resources that we want to bring in, a lot of partnerships that we can bring in to continue to build this ecosystem so that when our kids look back in 20 years and they say, well, of course, Miami is the largest technology ecosystem in the country, we can tell them the stories about what it was like to build from the ground floor and build that foundation so that this ecosystem could really flourish.